Hello and welcome to Sunday afternoon / evening on DWIT 3D Canada. I know it's been a while and good reason for it being a while. What the heck? So let's see who's on and say hello. And I know Jerry's back. I am back and thank you so much for sharing, Jerry. I appreciate that. Jose is here. Third today. Jose, you're slipping out. Snapshot FPV is here. Jeff Thurston is here. Brent Ferguson. I missed you guys too. 3D, Milan, 3D Print Newbie Milan. Haven't seen you in a long time. Great to see you again. Cliff D is here. Russ Gare is here. MG20TX is here. Thank you. This stream is a lot of this is courtesy of MG20TX for his generous donation for building this kit. So this is great. 3D experiments and yeah, wow. I'm so glad everybody is here. Do I actually have noise? Actually, hang on a second here. I've got to make sure my audio is good. Not that I don't trust you guys to tell me my audio is good, but there it is. The audio is great. Just double checking things. Hey, Grant's Auto Essentials. Hello, hello. Richard McLean from Las Vegas. Hello and welcome. So we finally, after a long wait, basically just due to, supplies and things going on the channel, etc. We finally have, I just noticed something here. We got a little bit of a burr here. That's fine. Oh, we found a little bit of a burr. We finally have the parts necessary, plus some bonus parts here necessary to build the Tri-Zero, Voron Tri-Zero kit. This all started with MG20TX sending me the donation to get the kit, which was all these parts for the kit, which was purchased from DLLPDF.com, a company out of the US. And you guys have probably seen them before. Their logo's on my thumbnail here. And DLL generously donated a new frame for me. So it is and I don't remember the name of it, but it's the high frame. So if you look at the frame in comparison to my frame, it's got that extra top hat on it. So basically what we're doing is we're going to be taking this thing right apart, this 0.1, and we're going to be completely rebuilding it as a Tri-Zero. So it's going to be a fun, maybe a lengthy, but a fun build. The goal for today is a few things. The goal for today is to disassemble the Zero completely, because this had to be completely disassembled in order to put the new frame on, obviously. So that's kind of the goal for this evening, is to get that done and then talk about maybe the steps forward. I decided to go with a white frame. Let's go to this camera here. So we decided to go with a white frame. It's white powder coated, looks really nice. And I think as a tribute to moms and all the ladies in the community, to Maria, my beautiful wife, happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all you wonderful mothers and mothers to be, and happy Mother's Day, everybody. It's a wonderful, special day for you today. But I think what we're going to do is I think I'm going to use this one was gray with a kind of a, I don't know, greenish accent, but I think I'm thinking, if I have it up here, I'm thinking of actually printing this one in pop pink. I have pop pink from Polymaker ASA, and I'm really thinking of putting it pop pink with the white frame. I think that would look so smart, and it'll be a I'm man enough to print a pink frame, so hey, why not? So awesome. We have 20 people watching so far today, so let's move on with it. So first thing I want to do is go over what came in the kit from DLL PDF. DLL PDF, if you guys have not seen them, they sell a lot of different Voron parts. Those are the guys I use to source the Tri-Zero kit. And that arrived just as I had ordered it. They were going on vacation. They were really busy. They're a small family-run organization. I believe they work out of their home, but they sell a lot of these type of kits. They had a variety of colors I could have ordered. I just decided to go with the plain white, because basically any color I choose to print anything goes with white, as you know, anything goes with black. So, and just to be different. So I finally just received this last week, and I have been away. Maria and I and Ethan, we took a well-deserved vacation to Jamaica, and we were gone for just about almost full 2 weeks. I took almost a full 2 weeks minus a day off the job. And are you also doing the box zero? I think that is what the box zero frame is, Kit. I'll talk about that in a minute. I believe that's what he did sell me here, or didn't sell me. He donated the frame to me. DLL PDF did donate this white frame. So, and I'll get into the kit in a minute. But yeah, we took some time off, went to Jamaica on a beautiful vacation in Jamaica. It was really good. I know I had, I think it was Andrew that emailed me, said, you guys missed me. Well, I was in Jamaica at the time, sent them a couple pictures and said, this is why I'm not here. And then the week before we left, I didn't stream because I got sick, and antibiotics took care of it. I'm feeling great right now. I'm having some back issues from lifting heavy suitcases, but I took some drugs earlier today and it seemed to be good. If it's not a hinged top hat, then it's the box zero. I believe it is, because these ones here are the four corner, which obviously aren't going to be hinged. So if we switch to this guy, so let's put the light on so you can kind of see. So if we see the original frame there that we're building off of, and then if you look at that, so I believe that is the box hat that you're talking about. The box zero, sorry, because there's obviously not going to be a hinge on the top here because this is going up very solid like this. So I have no idea how this works, but we'll see. So this is a belted trident after time in the dryer. Stephen, exactly. It's a trident that I stuck in the dryer too long. So yeah. The kit itself, somebody had asked me about the kit, the Tri-Zero kit, Brent Ferguson asked, with shipping. So it was perfect. Let me just scroll back. I missed something back up here. MG20X did donate enough to pay for this, which was appreciated and awesome, because with shipping, and included with shipping and the purchase of the kit, it was about $148 US shipped. So which worked out, it was just perfect, because he donated enough to cover that, and that was very appreciative. And then the fine folks at DLL PDF did donate the frame to me. So they are partially sponsoring this build as well. So it's going to be exciting. So I haven't printed the parts yet. I know there's not a lot of parts for the Tri-Zero upgrade. Let me put this back on. Oh, sorry, this one here. Not a lot of parts for the Tri-Zero upgrade, but I'm pretty sure I have to reprint a lot of the Voron Zero parts in order to rebuild the whole thing from scratch with the new frame. So we're basically going to be building a printer from scratch again, because everything's got to come off, and we're going to start from the frame and work our way up. So. And I'm going to, it may be a little confusing for me, for those of you that, like Kit there says he's got a Tri-Zero build in progress. You've been letting languish for quite a while. Really should get back to it. Maybe this will inspire you too, hopefully. It may be a little confusing for me, because I think what I have to do is I have to build a zero from scratch, and at certain points in the build, I have to then add the Tri-Zero components as necessary. So I do have a Tri-Zero instruction sheet here that I found on GitHub, and I printed off all the instructions, but there's nothing in instruction-wise out there to say, okay, here's how you build a Tri-Zero from scratch, because generally you're upgrading one of your zeros to a Tri-Zero. So I'm either, and I don't know if I'm building a 0.2 and updating it or what I'm doing here, but anyways, this is a really nice detailed instructional on doing the Tri-Zero. And for the most part, it's going to be a zero build with these upgrades as we go, and hopefully no mess ups where I have to actually back up the build and step back and fix things that I missed. So we'll see. Box zero specific parts. Okay, perfect. Well, that's good to know. I will have to I'll have to look that up and make sure I print the specific parts for the box zero as well. The box zero was not wasn't the intention to do a box zero until DLL PDF donated the frame, and they say, do you want a box zero frame? And I said, sure. And obviously these longer frame parts are the portion that make it a box zero. Because this is your standard height frame corner, and this is the box zero frame corner. It is almost, not quite, but almost twice the length. So, yeah. So exciting times. So let's dwell into, hey, Sergio, how are you, sir? Let's dwell into the parts we got in the kit, shall we? So let's go ahead and use this camera. So first part we got is some motors. So there's 3 motors that come in the kit. Let's open them. We got one motor here. No specific manual. You're using parts for the original Voron Zero that you never got around to doing. Curious, as the Tri-Zero mentions, ABL, but no idea how it would be implemented. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know either. So these are 3 motors. They're not, hold on. They are not LDO motors. LDO is mentioned in the sponsorship as for the build because the original build was an LDO sponsored build for the Zero. So these are JKON motor. Okay, so these are the three motors that come with the kit. Say these are obviously they're going to be the 3Z motors. I'm going to assume. Shouldn't assume anything yet, but we will see. And then in the bag, then we have a bag of goodies here. So let's go ahead and slice that open. Now, the other thing I'm thinking I may have to do, because I am rebuilding this from scratch for the new frame, I'm probably going to need to get myself some more belt, because these belts are cut off pretty short here. So there's a Boop mod, which is the Printers for Ants version of TAP, but I think you have to do a different gantry mod. I haven't looked into that. I was thinking that what would be really funny would be to put a beacon probe on this, but that's probably not necessarily necessary. So, but can you imagine a beacon probe on this? It would level that thing so fast. Anyways, we'll cross those bridges when we get to it. Okay, so in this bag, garbage is getting full. Whoa, gotta empty that soon. We have, first and foremost, some candy. Ooh, look at that. Redbird handcrafted candies. And then sweet striped soft peppermint candy. I love peppermint candies. So, yeah. Oh, 3 candies. Look at that. Okay, so we have a belt, which is probably going to be, because it is a Tri-Zero and it's 3 belted motors, it doesn't look like it's going to be long enough for 3, but it probably is. I'm sure they sent me the right length of belt. And we have these look like some bed screws, some brass bed screws. One of the HBO Tri-Zero mods you're doing has a servo dock for a Euclid probe. Okay, cool. The beacon sensor is wider than the bed. Brent, you're not that far off. It probably is. Beacon apparently has a new sensor out that uses the nozzle as a probe now, so I may look into that too. So we have our three brass, they look like bed spacers. So go from there. We have 1, 2, 3, 6 bearings in a bag. 6 bearings in a bag. We have some pulleys, some tooth pulleys, which is going to be for the motors for the 3Z motors. Bed standoffs. Yeah, those are definitely for the bed, the brasses, but they're definitely for the bed. So they're probably the bed standoffs. You're right. And then we have some linear rails. So, and that's great. They have the little insert things for the linear rail so that we can screw right in, so we don't have to put little things in the rails. So we have, it looks like two linear rails. So obviously we're going to use one of the linear rails on the Z that exists. We have a beefier linear rail here, which is, I don't know which one's going to be which, but this is why we're going to read the instructions to build the kit. But we have 2 linear rails, a big one and a little one that came with it. And these look like, I don't see any name brand on these rails, so we'll probably have to go ahead and clean these and lube them as we do whenever we get the new linear rails. So you used a 0 click for the Z probe. There you go. Okay, so that's what's in the kit, is all these parts here. And of course, DLL PDF did graciously send me along the parts, all the parts for a new frame, for the new frame, which there's still some shavings in there. So they obviously make these things in-house. So we are going to now, we're going to have to disassemble this old 0 completely in order to build the new Tri-Zero. So we'll get the disassembly done in an organized fashion, hopefully. And then once this disassembly is complete, then we'll decide on what colors to print. And then what I'll do is this week, I will print the parts that needed. So I'll be obviously printing some new 0 or 0.2. I don't know which one. I've got to research that and see. And the Tri-Zero parts that are required, and obviously the parts that are required for the hat, the top. It's called the box 0. Thank you. I don't know why I can't remember the name box 0, but yeah. Though there is an alternative with a printed bit that slides in the extrusion slot. Actually, both original Z rails will be used. Oh, they will. Oh, okay. Box 0. Yeah, I keep forgetting the name of that. Okay, so, but either way, we're going to have to tear this one apart. That I've got this light because it's a little brighter to see. If I turn that light off, yeah, it gets pretty dark. So we got this secondary light to help us with the tear down of this, so it shows up better on camera. So I'm going to drop something that I just dropped. That's okay. I'm just going to move these extrusions aside for now. Boy, with the light, it makes the extrusions look kind of overexposed. Look at that. Anyways, so we're going to move the extrusion aside because we won't be using these tonight. Or we may. Maybe we can start building the frame. We'll see once we get this all torn down. Okay, so I will keep an eye on chat as much as I can. And I know it's not the most exciting thing watching me strip down a 0, but hey, what the heck? It is what it is. Is this the camera that this is on? No, let's switch to this camera. There we go. And I can zoom out, and there we go. So I've never taken one of these apart before. I'm sure there's no specific way to take this apart, but other than just to start disassembling parts and go from there. Okay, first part, bed off. Okay, maybe a quad view. Let's see, maybe the overhead view might be good for this. Let's just see, where's my overhead camera? I don't know. Or maybe the quad view. You guys can tell me which view you like better, but this way you get a look at kind of everything. And actually what I'll do is I'll move this camera, doop, and we'll give you a look at it from this side. And let's see if I can zoom out on this a little bit. And hopefully that's pretty focused. So we'll work on this like this. There we go. We'll just kind of strip this down and take it apart as we go. Is there any electronic stuff in the kit? We need to drive 2 extra motors compared to the original. There's no electronics in the kit. Nothing at all is electronic wise, no. So I'm hoping that the power that's on this is going to be sufficient for it. So we'll pop off. Oh. But no, there's no electronics, no extra electronics in the kit. I couldn't find a kit in Canada, which is why I sourced it out of the United States. Yeah, I think this upper view is not the best. I kind of think that maybe this view right here might be good enough for you guys to see this. You'll need 6 steppers in total. We're going to do, we have A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then an extruder. A stepper for the extruder. Yeah, so 6 steppers in total. So we got 1, 2, and then we have the 3 that came with the kit, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna. I haven't decided on a hot end yet. All the hot end stuff is in here. We'll probably just go with a similar hot end setup than we did. But we'll talk about what we'll do for a hot end setup as we go. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do here is take off take the X gantry apart, and we'll go from there. So we're just going to take all these pieces apart, and we will go from here. I need to get myself an empty screw tray to keep all the screws and everything in one place. There we go. Hey, Teza, how are you? You added an easy board which has 2 motor drivers. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'll have to see what board I've got on here. I've got other boards, but I'm not sure what boards will fit in the frame, right? So, yeah, that's right. We do need 6 steppers, so we're going to have, I'm sure the board that's in here is not going to accommodate 6 steppers. I don't remember what board I put in here. But I'm definitely going to need to order a couple more belts, some more belt for this part here. So, because this is not going to come apart. Well, it's when I take it apart, it's not going to be easy to feed these belts in because they are the exact length. So. Okie doke. There's the other piece. So, whoop. And we will, of course, I'm gonna actually hang on to these printed parts so that I know what I need to reprint. And obviously, they're not going to need to reprint all of them. So let's remove some of this belting here. Always like to keep spare belts for other projects, but I'll keep these so I know approximately what length belts I need. And obviously, I need to order these lengths plus longer. So, although these may work for the Z motors as well. So that's why we hang on to all our little scraps. If you end up with 2 bores, have to make sure all 3 Zs are driven from the same board, 2 boards. At least that's what the clipper forced about a year ago. Okay, good to know. Okay, so we have this off. We can remove the gantry now. Now, if I wasn't rebuilding the frame, it would be a little quicker build, of course, because I wouldn't be disassembling all of this. But we are rebuilding the frame, and we're going to reprint the parts. So going to do it properly. And again, the frame was sponsored, so I do want to reprint the frame and, you know, use the white and do a totally different color. And then, hey, I have a spare 0 frame for who knows what. Right. So I don't know how many streams it's going to take to build all this, but that's okay. It is what it is. We have our Trident and our 2.4 sitting here. They're both working good. I still have to get the cover for the electronics on the Trident inverted electronics built. I haven't got that cut yet to put in there. So that's kind of the last remaining piece that I need to get done for that particular printer. Okay, and I believe I just need to pop these 3 screws off the side to get this off of the linear rail. Not the best camera angles, but hey, it's all good. I'm not used to working with tiny screws. after doing the Trident and the 2.4. These are massively major, tiny screws. I think these are all M2s. Okay, we'll just take those two off for now. We'll go ahead and take these two off just so the one side doesn't fall. Oh, there we go. This is only the second Voron I've taken apart to rebuild. As you know, the Trident we took apart and rebuilt it from scratch, but we kept the same frame. Little screws don't want to come out so easy, so we just grab the magnet and force them out. There we go. So I hope everybody's had a good couple weeks. We had a great vacation in Jamaica, visiting family. Got lots of swimming in, lots of sun. I was slathering myself with 60 plus sunscreen, so I don't even really have a tan to speak of, but gone are the days where I care about coming back from a tropical vacation with a tan, because I think healthy skin is more important. And this, oh, is there a fourth? There's a fourth one. Oh, I missed it. Oh, right up through that little hole there. Right. There we go. Built a salad fork after Tri-Zero and used MKS Skipper and all-in-one board for integrates the pi equivalent to, oh, cool. Yeah, I have to figure out what I'm going to do for a board yet, so obviously, so. Here we go. Come on. There. Get in the hole. Sounds like I'm a golfer. Why don't you want to get in there? It's always the last one, right? There we go. Let's pop that screw out of the hole here. So there's the X gantry. I'm going to just leave it. I don't need to disassemble this just yet. I will eventually, but we'll just leave that like that for now. Okay. Now let's see. So let's go ahead and disconnect some of the electronics. We have this board up here that we put in as a spare piece of the umbilical kit. How many F623 bearings did you get in the kit? I got, I believe these are the ones you're speaking of, I got 6 of them in the kit. Hopefully that's enough. 6 F6, so 2 per motor, right? So 2 per motor would be the 6. Okay, and how did I attach this in here again? Let's see. Oh, those, let's put on with a couple screws on the bottom here. Let's get rid of these extrusions out of here. Let's tilt this over like this. Let's go with the overhead view here. Can I zoom that overhead camera in a little bit? Let's see if I can zoom this overhead camera in so we can take the electronics apart here. I believe that's the software there. And as soon as that pops open, no spares. No, those kit, they shouldn't be too hard to get. This should zoom us in here. And we can move this down a little bit. Whoops, that's a little too far. And over a little bit. Whoop, other way. There we go. Okay. New Z probe feature for the beacon is all firmware, so your current beacons will work. Oh, seriously? Oh, that's good to know, Voron Noob. Thank you. That's cool. That's for the nozzle probe. Wow. And it's all firmware. Are you blocked? No. You're not blocked. Hopefully you can hear me. Another CG. I see you, Voron. Oh, there we go. No, you're not blocked. You shouldn't be blocked. Nobody should be blocked. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but I haven't blocked anybody in a long time. I only block spammers. There we go. I like to use magnets in conjunction, so when I pull the screws out, they don't just fall. There we go. So that's going to pull this umbilical board out, and we can unplug the electronics from this. That I need a screwdriver for. Oh, that wire. I broke a wire there. We'll deal with that later. Broken wires do not scare me. Little screwdriver. Right here. This will work. There we go. So we got the umbilical off. Chat to streamer to chat delay. Happens all the time. Yes, definitely. There's probably a delay. You can use the current SKR Mini V32 you have and do a CAN bus for the tool head. And I do have a CAN bus kit here from BTT that they sent me. So that could be the one. So obviously we're going to replace this Z motor too. So let's go ahead and just disconnect some of these cables. There's the motor cable off. We're going to have a little bit of a mess going here, but hey, it's all good. What do we have in here for a Pi? We have a Raspberry Pi 3 Model B+, which should just be fine. And what we have in here is we do have an SKR Mini E3 V2 board with 1, 2, 3, 4 steppers. So yeah. Tim had entered the zone. You'll be able to reuse the bottom panel, but you'll need a different back panel for the Box Zero, as well as different sides and top panels. Good to know. The bottom panel needs some notching on the corners. Is that a job for a laser toy? I do have a laser toy, but I also have a partner company that will do any cutting for me on their CNC that I need. So we'll see what I need when we go to do the rebuild. I'm sure there's going to come a point in time on the rebuild and everything where I have to say, oh crap, I need this part. So let's unplug the power supply for the Pi. And the Pi is free. I should be able to unsnap the Pi from, did I put that on one of those? No, I didn't. That's just screwed right on there. Okay. Just going to get the all the electronics unhooked here. And then we can work on disassembling the balance of the frame. Okay, so that is there. The bottom panel needs, oh, okay, good. Just trying to keep up on chat as we go here. Okay, so this plug I'm disconnecting. I don't know what that is, but hey. I don't know what any of these are. That's a fan. This is a, oops, I just broke a wire again. Yeah, we're gonna have to remake some wires, I'm sure. That's all right though. I'm not afraid of making wires anymore. There's one of the end stops. Okay. Kind of need some music in the background here, don't I? I'd sing, but we have 24 people watching, and I don't want to. I believe that's what the beefier rail in the kit is. There's a few more mods you could do, like the MG9X rail regular, or do the Panda style longer version. Yeah, I think that, yeah, there is one beefier rod here. So there's a standard rod, and then there's the, I think that's a 9mm that came with it, with the kit, was the beefier one. So I think I had selected that as the option when I got the kit. So we'll take the heater wires off of the board. There we go. Okay. And then we have the, I don't know what that one was, but whatever that was, I broke the wires on it as well. There we go. We're going to be remaking a bunch of wires, so not a big deal. And the board is free. This is glued on here, so we're going to do new panels anyways, I think, when all is said and done. So, okay, let's get the pie off of there. Yeah, we got the beefy rail. I'm excited to do this build. A little nervous, as always, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but we survived every build so far, and we have working printers at the end of every build so far. So, okay, there's our precious Raspberry Pi. So we'll put that over with the electronics. And that's glued on there as well. And then let's get the main board off of here. Yes, and we're going to have to do all those nut inserts. It's too bad they don't have, or do they have inserts for these smaller extrusions now, instead of having to print those plastic ones? Somebody has to have them available by now, right? Come on, tell me they do. I'm going to look anyways to see, but there we go. Okay, there is our SKR Mini E3 V2 board. Sure, first question is $5. Each additional question is $10 more than the last question, minimum 3 questions. Chat, and Tim, if he wants, could I ask you, may need to be 2 parts. Ask me questions, Snapshot. Go ahead, ask me questions. And I will tell you, hopefully, some answers. Okay, let's get our power supplies off here. Supplies! What's holding the power? The power supply, don't tell me I glued it on. Arr. There we go. Ask away. Sidebar does. Oh, Cyborg does. I got some, but not used them yet. And a question deposit. A question deposit. Questions are free. What the heck? I don't always have the answers. That's the kicker. Is I may not have an answer for you. No, that's trying to cheat by using the wrong tool. No, it doesn't work. You don't need to read this unless you want to. So this is for the chat. CR10V3 stock hot end. Thermal runaway at about 235. I can watch the temp via the display, so the thermal sensor probe is okay. CR10V3. That's a good question. I'm not familiar with that printer, but thermal runaway, it could be a faulty thermistor, or trips and shuts down the printer. Suggestions on a fix. Did you see the bit about needing 4 more F263 bearings for the box 0? No, I didn't. No, but I will look into that and see what we need for sure. And any extra parts that are needed, I will ensure I get for the rebuild. So, as I say, it's not necessarily going to be a quick build. It may take till the summer, but hey, we're not in a hurry to get this done by any stretch of the imagination. But Snapshot chat may be able to help you. Would not get hot enough, so you had to replace the hot end. Just put your daughter in LDO2, O2, and the bells and whistles made it joy. Now you look at your form-bought O2 from a year before, and they actually want to rebuild it, but that little thing haunts me. I like the LDO kits. From building 1, 2, 3, 4 LDO kits now, I would always spend the extra money and go with the LDO kits, because they don't cheap out on parts. They seem to make things a little bit easier. There is our 5-volt converter right here. Okay, and then while I'm under here, I guess I'm not going to take the Z motor out yet. I have a feeling I glued the power supply, or VHB taped the power supply to the base, so we're going to have to deal with that afterwards. VHB is great stuff, but when you try to remove it, it can be a nightmare. So Kit says PID tune part cooling fan coming on and cooling nozzle back with causes corresponding temporize. Max temp and firmware could be set too low. That's another idea there too. But anybody has any suggestions for Snapshot and the thermal runaway? I'm thinking as I work here, Snapshot. So I'm thinking as I work to see if there's anything. I don't have that printer. I had a CR10S Pro years ago. I disassembled it and threw it all away and kept some parts. But I very rarely have had any issues with thermal runaway on printers. So I'm not fully versed on that. Okay, there's all the wires off the power supply. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's glued on there. We'll take the feet off later. Leave them on for now. Nothing on the back here is going to come off yet. So let's go ahead and work on the bed now. We'll get the bed off of here. MGX, besides what Kit already suggested, hot end misbehaving, there has been due to ground wire and your cable chain getting a bit hyomatic. Interesting. Yeah, I would check the thermistor. I would check a few things and make sure they're working. But yeah, there's so many things it could be. Oh, these are just the thumb screws holding the bed on. I forgot. Okay. So we do have the other 0.1 sitting over behind me here that we're going to eventually upgrade it to a 0.2. Or if I like the Tri-Zero, maybe I'll end up doing that as a Tri-Zero as well. Just keep the frame as it is. Now we got some bed electronics to look at here. So let's see where they're going to. Those are going down into this drag chain. Let's pop all these screws off first. That seems to be pretty stuck in there. So these wires are all coming from the bed. That drag chain is attached. Trying to see how this is all coming together. This drag chain is attached to this part here. Let's cut some of these zip ties under here. It's been a long time since I built this printer, so I'm not 100% familiar with how it went together and how to reverse take it apart. Let's see. Let's get these corner motors off. It'll give us a bit more room. So that is going to be these 4 corner screws. Yes, Kit. Let's see. If I go like this, give me 1 second. Absolutely. I just got to change your status for a moment there, Kit, and then you are free to drop a link. Where's my mouse? Come on. Okay, Kit. Yeah, go ahead and drop a link now. Not a problem. Oh, these bearing stacks are going to come apart, but that's okay. As long as I don't lose any pieces. There we go. Yeah, for sure, Kit. No, I don't have a problem with that at all. And you guys should all fall out now. Don't lose any of you bearings. There we go. Okay. Whoops. What just fell? Something tiny just fell. Oh, it's a washer. I see it. There we go. Just a washer. Oh, great. I like these kind of links. Let's see. I'm going to open up all your links in new windows so that I have them for future reference. Fully box 0. Oh, that's what the box 0 is going to look like. I like it. And the third one. Cool. Thank you, Kit. Very cool. What else is holding me back here? My motors have got to come out, which is these guys here. All the work putting this together, and I'm taking her all apart right now. And these were my first builds with the 0.1s, and they were the hardest builds. at the time, because I'd never built a Voron before these. They were great builds to start with. Okay, there's one motor. I'm on an A or B motor, whichever one that happens to be. Okay, we got some bearing stacks here to pull out. Oh, don't lose that washer again. There's some tiny little spacers. I fear I dropped another spacer, but that's okay. I have lots of spacers now. Okay. Box 0 is linked on the main GitHub too, as the zero panels which need no nuts in the extrusions. Cool. I'm sure there's a lot of things I'm going to have to be building here, and parts I'm going to need to do the box 0. That was kind of a last minute decision when DLL PDF decided to donate the frame for me. So, and there's this piece. And there we go. And then we'll pop off this little end stop. You realize how many screws are involved in one of these little builds as you take it apart and put all your screws together. There's a lot of screws. Okay. Go ahead and pop this motor out. You don't have a fully built one. You have done a lot of the part built up to and such. So you'll gladly pass on what I know. Awesome, kid. I appreciate that. I'm not in a rush to get this built. This is just my regular Sunday stream. This is the thing. I'm going to be working on a few projects in between my streams and during the build of this, but I'd like to do most of this build live. So when my stream ends, it's not like I'm going to do some building on it through the week, other than I will print parts during the week, because obviously I'm not going to just make you guys sit through me printing all the parts. There's the other motor. So there's the AB motors out. Let's get rid of this bearing stack on this side here. Try not to drop anything this time, like that little washer that just went right here. Little spacer. There we go. And this bearing stack right here. You went through old 24 parts and reclaimed heat sets. I had 50 left now, have over 300 from, oh wow. I guess that's true. You can get the heat sets out. Maybe that's a good idea, actually, because there's a lot of heat sets in these. Okay, I know there's a little washer there. Come on. Spacer. Okay, good. Did I miss a spacer in here at all? No. But yeah, there's heat sets here. There's heat sets on this part. I may just try and do that, recover some of the heat sets. I got lots, but hey, you know what? They're still good when you take them out. So why not? Why not reuse them? Come on. Oh, another spacer. And some more parts. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now we can work on get this back panel out of here if we can. Let's remove this back panel. Okay. There we go. I'm going to have to, I don't know if I can reuse that back panel. Probably not, according to you guys, but we'll hang on to that. Okay, now let's grab, what size are those? Those are, I think that's the tiny. Let's get rid of this. We got to pull off this drag chain here. Oh no, that's coming through this side. I think I have to take this whole bed part off first. So, because they've got the bed wires coming through here, through the drag chain, I probably have to pop. Can I pop the drag chain open? No, I don't think that's going to work so easy that way. How is the bottom? Bottom's being held on there. I think I can take the bottom panel off now. No, the bottom panel is held in with the frame. Okay, well, let's just take off what I can take off, which is these corners with some more bearing stacks. Okay. Oh, don't drop the spacers. Spacers are critical. They're tiny. If they fall on this floor, they're going to be lost forever. Okay. Okay, let's take that apart over the tray. There we go. There we go. That's better. Just loosen all the screws and you can find any and shake it really hard. Yes. Not many in chat today. 24 watching, 3 of us in chat. That's okay. I get a lot of people just watching that don't chat on my channel, which is fine. And, you know, some people just watch in the background. I don't have the most exciting content, but, you know, hey, that's all right. That is all right by me. Zombie Hedgehog. Hey, how are you? You're in my chat a lot. I know you don't chat much, but you're in my chat a lot. Awesome. 3D Experiments is lurking and working on his own printers. Yeah, I get a lot of that. A lot of lurkers. Now, it's been a while since I put this together, so I'm trying to think of the order that I put this bed in, because I can't get at the screw on this drag chain in here, and I can't get at the screw on this one in here until I remove the bottom. So I think I'm at the point where I'm going to remove, let's see. We're going to take the front of the frame apart off. Then I can slide that bottom plate out. James L. just working with stuff. Yeah. Hey now. Zombie is old today. Okay. There we go, and one more. There we go. So we got the front of the frame. We'll just pop the screws out. There we go. Whoa. All the nuts just fell out, but that's okay. I have lots of spare nuts. And I found it anyways. And that one. There we go. Pop the feet off. Okay. Is there a washer here somewhere I missed? Probably fell. Oh, there's another nut. Hey, Jerry. I know you were on earlier, but hey, looks like your trip was awesome. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much, Jerry. I know Maria's watching too, so appreciate that. Yeah, the trip was great. We got to stay in this one place that a friend of the family took us to, that loaned us one of their homes. I think, Jerry, you probably saw the video of me walking through this home. It was incredible, like something out of a dream. We were pretty fortunate to be able to stay there for a few days during the trip. Zombie Hedgehog, $1.49 super sticker. Thank you so much, Zombie. I appreciate that. And just for that, you get a super chat. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah, it was a great place. Okay, I'm pulling out all these little printed inserts that we do on the Zero. Those of you that have built a Zero have seen these things. They look like they're just little printed inserts that you put into the extrusions. I'm kind of hoping that there is such a thing as a like a metal one or something for that now, because these are a pain in the butt, to be honest. Back to lurking. Sounds good, Zombie. Appreciate you piping up. Speaking up, piping up, speaking up, whatever. Good to see you. Okay, now that we got this off, we can pop this out. So there's our power supply, which is VHB'd to the bottom. So we'll get that off, no problem. We'll take care of that after. Now I'm stepping on pieces. I'm dropping all these little nuts. Okay, now I got to be very careful. We have some linear rails here that I do not want to have come off. And these are very well lubed. This printer hardly got used. Got very, very little use. I'm going to take this bottom stepper motor off. We're almost done the disassembly. It's coming pretty good. And we have just a whole pile of parts, which is kind of scary, honestly, but they will hopefully come together to make something new and exciting. There's the other ones holding this on there. I just realized there's supposed to be 2 screws. There's supposed to be 2 screws in this motor right here and here that aren't there. They never were there. They were never in there. Okay, strange. So let's go ahead and take this out. What's holding that? Oh, these are going to come right out. Okay, there's my magnet here. There we go. And that one's not fully loosened yet. There we go. Now this should move. And we'll just grab this, get this motor right out of here. And the spring, of course, just went sprang. Let me go find that spring before I forget that I dropped it. And of course, it fell on a black rug. Oh, there it is. That wasn't a spring. It was just a piece. I thought it was a spring. The spring must have stayed on. You misspoke about your SKR3 board. You could use an SKR 1.3 or 1.4, which has 5 stepper drivers, and then use the CAN bus for toolhead. Okay, yeah. It's a reference to Hedgehog from A Dog's Guide to Squirrels. Never built a Voron yet, taking donations for an SV08. Ah, cool. Nice, Jerry. You haven't built a Voron yet. Don't start with a 01. They're tiny and complicated. Now, can I get at? Yeah, now I can get at this drag chain. I believe it's just one little screw here. There we go. You did build a hypercube, EVO 445. Yes, you did. If you include the panels, the SV08 isn't really that much cheaper, but it appears to be a decent machine in its own right. Gah. And some more. Oh, there's that spring that I thought I lost right there. I didn't lose the spring. It was just the plastic part. Okay, now, let's see. Okay, so, oh, that's why that's not coming off. We got a little bit of a lock nut there, nylock nut. So we're going to use these. Yeah, Jerry, I kind of agree with you. I like the building process, but and these were meant to be, these 2 01s were just meant to be 02 upgrades. LDO had sent me the kits for the upgrades, and then one of our viewers here, MG20TX, sent me suggested I do the Tri-Zero, donated the payment for the upgrade kit. So, well, I kind of want to do this now because of that. So, and then after this one, we'll be upgrading the other one to, depending on how much I really like this build and this Tri-Zero, we may upgrade the other one to a Tri-Zero, but at minimum, we're upgrading it to a 0.2. And then the builds are going to be pretty much done. And then I want to more so just showcase what you do with these printers versus building, because there's so many people out there that have streams where they've built the kits now. And what I'm doing really is nothing new. I'm sure other people have live streamed building the Tri-Zero kits. So I'm just going to put the power one on this because this is a long screw to come out of a nylock nut. That's better. You love building, but you suck at filament tuning. I think the filament tuning is a... where'd that piece go that just fell off? It was another spring. Why am I losing springs? I've got lots of them. It was one of those gold springs. It just fell somewhere. Definitely probably fell on the floor. That's all right. Cooked salmon patties, mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts for dinner. Cool. Oh, thanks so much, Jerry. I appreciate those words. It means a lot. I love the building process too, and the tuning. Yeah, the tuning, Stephen. The tuning. You're right. Is definitely it's a challenge on itself. Not too many Tri-Zero builds. Okay. Okay, and one more of these to come out. There we go. That's right, Stephen. In all honesty, I'm not the best at creating slicer profiles. I just use whatever is out there. I have never created a slicer profile from scratch. I would not know where to begin. So I do rely a lot on the profiles that are out there for various printers already. I think building slicing profiles is an art in its own, for sure. But tuning the printer, like doing all the fine tuning, is not so bad. But it just takes patience and time to get it tuned pretty good. Like I'm sure Trident and the 2.4 I have here probably could use better tuning than I've done so far. But it's giving me prints that are acceptable for what I'm using my prints for. And so I'm happy with that right now at this point in time. Okay, just taking these other 2 feet off. Okay, we're almost disassembled here. Keeping all the little ball bearings from slipping out of the carriage. Yeah. That's why I'm saving the linear rails till last. I'm not touching them until I get everything apart. I don't trust myself. Leaving these little stops in place. The goal is to not is to not lose a ball bearing in the linear rails. So, okay. Oh, I see what I've got to do here. Whoa. Stay still, bed. I still got to get at that. So these have got to come off. These are all one piece. So, okay. Check Facebook PM sent pics. Okay. Yeah. I haven't lost my ball bearings yet. I've been knock on wood. Oh, for Sergio. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I'm not catching all the conversation. Okay, that's being held in. That should... What else is holding this on now? This bed. Let's see. There's something I'm missing here. Let's see. This should come out now. Maybe not. Those are... I'm just missing something here. Oh, there go all the nuts and nut holders. Gosh. It's not bad. I only dropped 2 of them. Okay, 3. I'll hear them when I vacuum later. There we go. Okay, so now, I see what's holding these ones in now. There we go. From the back side here. There's a lot of screws holding this together. One more if I can get in there. Okay. Let's see if I can loosen those wires. Oh, there we go. That'll help. Now I can see the bolt. Okay, so that's the bed part. I keep dropping these things. Get out of there. And a couple there. Remember building this, you miss one of those inserts and you're hooped. You got to take things way apart. Okay, let's come back here. Look at them all. Oh my goodness, look at them all. Uh-oh. Speaking of linear rails, I just lost one, but I didn't lose any. Oh, that was lucky. Look at that. Came off, but all the balls stayed in place. They got the little rail there. Okay, Jose, good night. Thanks for being here as always. I appreciate that. I just lucked out with a linear rail. Oh, we're just talking about that too. Okay, that was extremely lucky. Whew. Okay, we're gonna put that aside. That fell off kind of harshly too. I'm actually shocked that that didn't completely pop apart. Okay, so we're going to take this one off. And then this one, oh, that's the one that doesn't really fit. I need to grab my, no, the wearer won't even work. I need my really thin, I remember now, I need a thin hex key to fit in there to get that last one out. Let's see if I can go in on an angle there. Oh, I can. There we are. Okay. And that should let me get access to this drag chain. Pop these two screws out. Oops, slide it back on. Oh, I will. Okay, there's that part. And there's the bed with all the bed wires. I'm always amazed. I always think how cute these, I mean, look at my hands compared to the size of this bed. I always thought that was a cute bed. Okay, now let's pop this. Well, first of all, let's take these other remaining screws off this linear rail. Let's see if I can keep the balls in place. Okay. And see if I can't just slide this on here gently. There we are. Good, good. Saved. Whew. Now we're going to remove the rails. Hey, 3D Medic Vince, how are you, sir? Welcome to the teardown of the Voron Zero in preparation for building a Tri-Zero. Whoops. So one thing I do now is I'm going to grab, be right back. Come on, open. I'm going to grab zip ties. Take the rail off. Zip tie, and this will guarantee, albeit maybe not the best solution, but hey, there we go. That guarantees that this is not going anywhere. So, yeah. Just throwing zip ties in those little end holes. Because I know me. And if I say, just be careful with them and they'll be fine, that's famous last words. There we go. Those rails out. And this LDO kit came with these little inserts for connecting the rails to the extrusions, which is great. Okay. Grab these pieces out of here. 29 viewers. You guys are awesome. Hit the like button if you haven't. I know pretty well most of the people that are watching are subscribed. I've reached 2,080 subscribers last time I looked. That is great. I appreciate everybody that is part of this channel and that likes watching me do what I do. That's awesome. Okay, let's pop off a couple more linear rails here. Whoops. We don't whoops a dwit. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Come on. Come on, cooperate. Spring has finally hit us here in Calgary. We had a wonderful 23, 24 degrees Celsius today. And yesterday we actually have green grass showing up and dandelions sprouting all over the place. So it's nice finally to have some decent weather here. Okay, and one more linear rail on here. Oh, the frame is so light now. It's nice. Come on. Okay, and that's the last linear rail piece here. I can take some of the frame apart a bit more now. Let's go ahead and take these top pieces off. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Good thing I have a belly there, right? To bounce those screws back onto the table. And Brent, you didn't miss much. We're just all tonight is just about taking the old printer apart. You didn't miss much other than a few drop screws. That's about all, really. Few drop screws, a couple loose nuts, and then there's the few drop screws, then a couple loose nuts in the frame too. So, whoops. We're just about finished the disassembly though. It's got a couple more pieces to take apart. Then we will think about maybe starting the frame on the other one, time allowing. We got a little over a half hour left to go. Okay, there's those. Whoa, there's some more pieces falling out. All those little those nut inserts you got to put in on these Zero builds that you never want to forget them because it's a nightmare if you do. They're all just falling out, and I just totally forget how many. You can see how many pieces, screws and nuts and bolts and everything are involved in this thing. It's a ton of them. There's a ton of pieces in this. Fortunately, I'll be able to use all this hardware over again. And I've got to look and see if there is any inserts for these small size extrusions. If there's anything better than those plastic printed ones. Fingers crossed there is, but somehow I doubt it. There they go. Mark, I'm back. Yes, I am. Hello, Mark. Back from vacation. Got back last week, actually. Had a busy week at work. KB3D has some roll-in 1515 struts that work on some frames. I'll have to look at that. Because, yeah, honestly, I don't like these. I mean, they work, but they're a real pain in the arse, to be honest. Be nice, the rolling in ones that would work. If you can put them in after the fact, if you forget to put them in, that's the ones that would be really helpful. If they have, yeah, the roll-in ones. Because if you get to a certain point of this, if you forget one of your inserts, forget it. You got to strip it right back apart a lot to make up for that. So, whoops, we're almost done. Just got to disassemble the X gantry and we're done. The disassembly. There's that. There's this piece. Okay. One more bolt here. And one more of these stubborn little plastic pieces. There we go. And two more on here. And I think we're clear. I think, oh, this little part here. Whoops. Sorry for the noise. Any pics from my trip? Yeah, I've got, if you go to my Facebook page, there's lots on there. I haven't got any handy right here, but maybe when I'm done disassembling, I can show you some pics. Some picatures from Jamaica. But I did post a lot on my Facebook page. It's a good sound. It is, isn't it? Okay. Sound of extrusions coming apart. And then this little guy, here we go. There's those parts and one last part. This gantry, I have to sit down. My back is, I've been having major back issues lately and my back is fried right now. So I'm going to sit down for a minute here. Okay. Oops. May as well take this off while I'm here. And the reason we're stripping this right apart, if anybody's wondering that joined us late, is that we had a new frame donated. We're going to be building this in a different style frame. A box. Oh, see, I forget the name again already. Did you go into any grocery stores there and take pics of stuff? No, not really, Jerry, but grocery stores there are different. We did bring back some stuff we like. We brought back some cheese that I love from Jamaica. We brought back some, a few different foods that are different. I didn't take any pics in the grocery stores, though. Mm-hmm. Facebook, what alchemy is this? This ancient messaging system still in use, unheard of. There we go, Teza. Okay. There's that taken apart. One more linear rail to be careful about here. And we've got some bearing stacks here that I don't want to lose pieces to, if at all possible. Although there's some little mix of, I'm going to have to sort through all this hardware eventually. Because when I go to rebuild, if I'm picking and choosing from there, it's going to be crazy to have to find things. I'll have to sort all that out maybe. We'll see. Like all these bearing stacks with the shims and the spacers that are on them. I got to figure out which parts I got to reprint yet anyways. You had a problem years ago with the Facebook app. They said delete, reinstall it. Stopped halfway through and have been great ever since. Okay. Come on out. Don't be shy. There we go. What did I miss? So I did miss a screw. Where? Right here. And this one. Washer. spacer. And we will try and salvage some of these brass inserts as well. Why not? That's what I always say. Why not? Still get spam emails from Facebook. Damn Facebook. Damn them. Okay. And I do believe, if I can get this last screw out. Come on. Why must you prove difficult? There we go. Oh, just this one last linear rail. These are the tiniest screws on these linear rails. I think these are M1.5s or something. They are puny, or M1s. There are square nuts you recommend. Oh, okay. Let me have a look. Let me go ahead and open that link up. I gotta go to YouTube to get that link. I'm gonna have to refresh that. Let me find the square nuts here. Oh, where's the chat? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll keep that window open. I'll have a look at those. Thanks for that info, Jack. Printed part that goes with them. Yeah, do that, Jack. Great, I appreciate that. Anything to make a rebuild easier, right? Like all those little insert things are a pain, but if they have, if I can get the slide-in ones, or the you know, the ones that can go in after the fact, that would be so ideal. Okay, this is the last linear rail to zip tie the ends on, and then we're good. And then the Terra part is officially completed. Of course. You're right, Jerry. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 linear rails. That did have the insert there. So there should be 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. 5 linear rails here. Good. There's all the pieces. We are officially torn apart. Look at that. And that's all the hardware. Look at all. I mean, that's a massive amount of hardware for this thing. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay. Wow. I don't think I lost any. I didn't lose too many pieces. So all I can assume is that the beginning of the build is going to be the frame going together similar to a 0 or a 0.1 or a 0.2, but because we are doing the oh, excuse me, I am so yawny. But because we're doing the box, see, I forget the name of it again. But if I go way back up, somebody mentioned it. Man, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write it down. I swear I'm going to write it down. Box 0. Box 0. That's what it is. So we're using the Box 0 kit. Okay, let me see what Jack has posted here as far as the link goes. Let's see. Oh, okay. Non-slip trying. Oh, okay. They got the little bumps there. So if if I share the screen here, I got the little bumps there, so that those will cause it to sort of not fall and slip so much. I like that. That's not a bad idea. But if they had something like those for this size frame, that would be even better. Like a hammerhead nut for this size frame, that would be awesome. We will see. Oops. Yeah. 14.4 baud. Yeah, Jack, I can see how those would be easier because they don't slide around as much. You can put them in place and they'll stay in place. I'll look into that for sure. There's a few options I want to look into and see. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so one thing I want to double check here. How did I do that? $1,200. There's also these. Let's see what you're saying there with also these. On printables. Let's see what those are. Okay, those. Yeah, I think the other ones you showed would be better. These ones look like they might slide easy, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think I like the other ones better. But ideally, I would love to see. Where's all my other parts? I've got trays and trays of parts here from taking these printers apart. But ideally, I'd love to see these type, like the hammerheads. I would love to see these type here for that size frame, which apparently there is somewhere to get them. So I'm going to look into that, because then you can put them in as you see fit. And if you forget to put one in, yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense too. Yeah, the things, because you got to get some of them close together. They have them on Amazon. Okay, I'm going to look into it. Again, we're a little ways away from getting. Well, no, because when we rebuild the frame, when we do the rebuild on the frame, we're going to have to be sliding those things in as we go. But the box zero, I've got to look at the other links that were open there for the box zero and see exactly. So here's what we're going to be building. So if I put that back on here, so we're going to be doing, this is the box zero fully boxed V0 with the Tri-Zero. By ditching the top hat and moving to a full box frame. So there's lots of different information here. There we go. So that's going to be the top. So we're going to have some parts to print for the box zero. Definitely going to have some parts to print. Yeah, so those are the different corner parts we're going to have to be printing. We'll have to download those. Our AB blocks look very similar, but yet different. There's a lot to look at and consider on this. Front idlers. I got to do a little bit of homework, find the right parts to print, and then yeah. So before I can start even assembling, I need to do some parts printing here. I need to figure out exactly what I need to print. Yeah. So we definitely have to do, excuse me, a little bit of research and download the proper parts and print the proper parts, etc. So Amazon 1515 series drop-in nuts. Okay, let's have a look at that. Now, is that COM? That's probably COM. Let's see if they have it in Canada. Amazon. Oh, why is that went to .com? I want to go to .ca. 1515 drop-in nuts. 1540 series quarter standard drop-in nuts. So here we go. Let's just go to the display here and see what we're seeing here. 1515 sliding nut fasten. Looks like the smaller one there, but if we click on this, 1540 series 1/4 standard drop-in T-nut 50 pack compatible with. Is that the one? 15. But yeah, that's ideally what I would like to get. Just want to make sure I get the right ones. See, these are M3, M4, M5, M6, M8, but they got to fit the 15 millimeter. Yeah, it's probably more so on Amazon.com. Okay. Yeah. 3 millimeter. Okay. So the 3 millimeter ones would have been the, let's see. Those are 6. Yeah, I got to make sure I get the right ones for sure. There we are. So I'm looking for M3, 20 pieces. So you can get a 40 piece, 30 M3. No, hang on a minute. Anyways, I'll get the right ones. I'll figure out the right ones. And that's US. Yeah, $10 for 24. Yeah, it's not cheap, but I think KB3D has them as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look on KB3D. If I recall right, he has them. Let's just double check here because we're at 6:51. We're almost done this stream for tonight, but I want to check KB3D. Let's have a look here. KB3D. Oops. I'm pretty sure he has them. Why is my internet so slow? There we are. That is not KB3D's site. Come on. There we are. So here on KB3D, KB3D FM, I believe under hardware, no. Tools and equipment, no, it should be under hardware. Inserts, fasteners, and adhesives. Here we are. Let's see. I know I saw them here at one point in time. Roll in, slide in T-nuts for $15.15. There we are. So 20 pieces, $3.49. So I think that is right there, I think is what I'm looking for. Yeah, pre and post assembly insertion. M3 fasteners and sold in packages of 20. Yeah. I'm positive this is exactly what I need right there. So yeah, pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Link is too long for me to post. Okay. Some sites have a heap of tracking info and links you copy off network. Oh yeah, those ones were not. That's not bad. 20 pieces for $3. $3.49, $3.50. So I figure I need what? Gosh, even if I needed 100 of them, that's only 15. That's under $20. That's not bad. Yeah, exactly, Jack. That's that. So I think KB3D is the way to go for me. Even if you order 200 of them, I mean, you're looking 20, 30 bucks for a couple hundred of them. Not a big deal. And they always come in handy. So they require a printed part to work correctly. Oh, do they? Oh. Enjoy the pre-post assembly insertion when working with 1515 aluminum extrusions. These T-nuts are threaded for M3 fasteners. Oh, hang on here. Let's see. He's got a video on it here. Let's just see. Here, I'll show you. Here's what I'm watching. This is what we're here. Let's just have a look at this. This is from KB3D site. So you put that in. Oh, okay. That's the printed part. Okay. Slide that over. Okay, and you're going to put that up on top of it. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this, okay, so that's okay. So maybe not for the initial ones. The initial ones we do different slide-ins, but this is great if you forget 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But they look like they slide and stay in place quite easy. It looks like it's okay, it's kind of fussy, but still, you don't have to disassemble anything in order to use these. And look, it doesn't look too bad to put in at all. And click it in and you're done. Okay, that's not bad. I could live with that. Yeah, and see how they're stiff to slide. Okay, well that's not bad. You'd still think somebody would, come up with a hammerhead nut for that. Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, I see. They're all you're using the base frame. Yeah, you can't get them to slide up on top of the printed part. Okay, that's probably just a printer tuning thing. The LDO 0.02 came with 100 of them. Okay, but they don't stay put. They slide all over the place. That looks like they stay pretty put with that printed part. We were the guinea pigs for all the complaints of the interference, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, I get it. Okay. Interesting. Well, first thing I got to do is print some parts for the box 0, so we can start assembling it. And I'm gonna try and oh man, I had a method before of pulling these heat insets, and I don't remember what it was. I think I have a threaded. It was a threaded tip for my heat inset tool, so it threads and then it heats it up, and I pull it out. I believe that's how I did that. I have to look that up and see how I did that, but we're going to try and salvage some of the heat insets off of these things. So, yeah. Well, we are at that time, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I appreciate all the input. Thank you, thank you, Zombie Hedgehog, for the $1.49 super sticker. Appreciated. And thank you, everybody. Sorry, I'm just looking to make sure I haven't missed anything in chat. Perfect. Ran a Linux bridge system with direct link to the internet and packet. Okay. Threaded screw, apply heat, and wiggle. Yeah, I have a threaded screw, an adapter I made for removing these things. I just got to find where I put it. So, everybody, thank you so much again. I appreciate everybody watching, and we will hopefully get enough things printed and sorted out through this week so that we can start the assembly of the frame next week. I'm going to print pink parts because we have white frame. So we're going to do pink and white. And if there's an accent color, I may do red. Pink, red, and white. Or even black would look good with pink, black, and white. So, hey, you never know. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you guys all next week. Stay safe and have a good week. Bye for now.